Prodi. What's up with you, man? How you doing? How you feeling today?
Feeling good. A little tired, just came out of work, but I'm good, man.
How you feel about the Cypher, man? Just overall, just what you've seen and experienced so far, just vibes and all that. Like, how you feeling?
So at first I was apprehensive when JNAZ actually bought the idea, right? Because he said he wanted to do a live setting and all that stuff. So, you know, immediately my mind goes to the technicality. Oh man, audio's gonna be trash. But, you know, usually when he got an idea, I'm with it, I support it. So, you know, the more I thought about it, I was like, all right, cool. And the fact that mostly everybody showed up, that's like unheard of, man. It was like 20 people there. And to get 20 people on board in agreement to come on a Saturday, you know, that's deep, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something, that means something. So.
Nah, that's definitely good, man. It definitely show you like, you could touch on that a little bit too. It just show you about Mills, you get what I'm saying? It's like a lot of technicalities, like you're saying, went into it, but that didn't intimidate him. He still was able to press through and do the job and follow through with the vision God has given him. So if you touch on that a little bit, you was a part of the project as well too. So just touch on just the project and the making of it.
So yeah, so you know, so I know Mills for a long time, right? For a while now, and when he has his eyes set on something, when he got his sight focused, it don't matter what it is, it doesn't matter who tells him anything, he's gonna make it work, right? And so originally when, you know, he talked to me about it, I was worried about it, like, I don't know. He was like, yo, but you know, you could produce some of the tracks. No, he was like, you could produce one of the track and I'm gonna have, you know, he named a couple other producers. So I was like, all right, you know, usually, like I said, man, if once he has his mindset to something, it's no going back. And you know, I'ma always support him, no matter what. You know, I'm gonna try my best to help him out because he tries his best to help me out, you know what I mean? So he was like, yo, let me get a beat. I was like, all right, I'll do one of the beats. I sent him a pack. He was like, yeah. He had a couple other producers. And then after a while, he was like, yo, I'm just gonna use all your beats. I was like, man, like, it won't work. I'm like, in my mind, it's definitely not gonna work. So, but nah, man, I mean, I'm actually glad that he trusted me with his vision, you know what I mean? Because you know, he included me in it, not only like as an MC, but you know, he allowed me to like have a deeper role than just a rapper, you know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, North Philly in the building. Yeah. I rose above the cyclone, breaking the devil's cycle. This rap ain't no game, boy, your time is on Tycho. Jesus took the keys like he was hitting the lick. You can't cross me, Kawhi Claw never lose with the kicks. Bomb of Gilead, I'm drippy in it. Living agua, boy, I'm swimming in it. You little toddlers better quit the gimmicks. Red Bull clocks, I watch time fly. My God, get that by side, you not even in my class side. Ni el edificio, mato al vicio con la palabra, le tiro contra el piso. My hood's so bad that they named it the Badlands. Sleep on me, I'm in your dreams just like the Sandman. Inf beam is mean, so I roll with the team. The team hates mainstream, we stroll against the stream. Mainstream and fiends is part of the devil's scheme. His scheme is green, turns believers away from the king. Things are different in my vision, but my mission stays the same. Spit incisions with precision that will never change. God the monsoon, the way he came to rain. Prodi the prodigal, I spit fire and flame.
Listen how I rip it when I spit it complicated. I'm murderous like OJ, plus I'm highly concentrated. Don't compare me to other rappers, they overrated. Your bars dried up full like agua saturated. I can hit you so hard that I knock you out your boots, so I can hit you long range. I play a sniper on the roof. It's like I'm on the oath, the way I be spitting the truth. You spit nursery rhymes, they should call you Mother Goose. It's preposterous, how my rhymes is rhinoceros. Ain't no stopping this, I see the devil lurking and I'm stomping him. Only mode of survival, 66 books in the Bible, 66 clips,
A lot of people, a common theme with everybody is, you know, they grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? That's not a uncommon thing, but I love how the Lord just bring everything full circle, like, and just to see everybody in that mode. So, you know, if you grew up in the church and stuff like that, I want you to touch on that and how it has like the CHH affected you. You know what I'm saying? Like how you go from there to here.
So yeah, I definitely I grew up. My dad was a pastor. My parents were pastors, and you know, I grew up in church. I was a musician. By the age of 4, I was in a church band, and you know, that started my journey. Right? I believe that since I was young, the things I experienced, you know, they mold you. So I grew up in church. Dad was a pastor. And you know, a lot of the congregation and the members of the church, you know, they were super judgmental. You know, I was kind of like bad when I was young. Like I don't know if I was bad. I just got bored easily. You know what I mean? I always used to get in trouble. So, you know, church members always, I felt like they was always judging me. And I ended up leaving the church. I said, you know what? I'm out. You know, I could do whatever I want, and this group of people not gonna say nothing about it, right? But over here, where people know me, where I grew up at since I was a baby, they know me, right? They like family. They like the worst ones that, like, you know what I mean, like be so judgmental. So I quit. I quit God, right? When I say I quit God, I didn't really quit God, because God was always in my mental, right? Conviction was always there. I just quit the church, right? I started doing me, right? After a long journey that took a little bit longer than what I think should have took. You know what I mean? Like, I wasted a lot of time, man. And after a long time, I had to really like dig deep and ask myself, why was I living the way I was living? Why was I the only one in my family in certain circumstances? You know, why was I going through this? Why was I going through that? You know what I mean? I never blamed God, you know what I mean? And then, you know, after a while, it was like, I really asked God, like, yo, why is this happening, right? And I heard him. He said, because you don't walk with me. Like, you don't know me, you don't walk with me. Like, I heard him in my spirit, in my ears, in my mind, like, yo, you don't know me, you ain't with me, right? So from that day on, I was like, nah, I gotta really, I gotta get back, you know what I mean? And
how did the music come up?
so I always was, like I said, I was always a musician. You know, I had a little rap group in the church with, you know, some other youth, some other guys from the youth group. And once I left church, I didn't really rap no more. You know, maybe on the corner with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did some production, had some opportunities with some people. But you know, that wasn't my plan. You know, that wasn't God's plan for me, you know what I mean? If I would have went that route, I probably would have been cool right now, like, or dead, you know what I mean? Like, you know, who knows? That wasn't the plan God had for me. So I kind of really wasn't too focused on it until about 2017. I ended up, 2017, I came home from prison. And I had already rededicated my life to the Lord. 2017, yeah. So as soon as I come out, I'm telling my wife, you know, I want to go to church and all that stuff. She was already going to church, so we started going to church. And you know, every time I get in the car with her, she's always banging rap. But I'm like listening to her, I'm like, yo, this is Christian rap. Like, now mind you, when I was listening to Christian rap as a teenager, it was cross movement. I'm showing my age a little bit, I'm sorry. But it wasn't, you know, it was way different than how it sounded when I got put on. Like, my wife put me on the hitters. Like, and I'm like looking at her like, yo, how you know about this stuff? Like, so she put me on and I'm like, oh, all right. And before I even came home from jail, I knew that I was supposed to do something, right? I didn't know what it was. I knew I was supposed to do something. So I come home and I start, you know, going to church, and I hear the Spirit is moving me. Like, yo, you gotta, like, you have something to say. You need to say it. If you don't say it, well, I don't want to be disobedient to the Lord. So, you know, I started writing whatever, and it was like that, almost like not fear, but like out of obedience. Like, I don't want to rap. To me, I'm too old to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was like, yo, if I don't, when I don't want to be held accountable when up in heaven. Like, yo, I gave you this assignment and you ain't do it. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's really, it came out of obedience. Like, you know, this is my mission right now.